Hey guys, James Watson here. Thanks for tuning in. In today's video, what I want to do for you guys is I want to give you guys a visual representation of what well-being looks like in someone's life. To do that, I've done a bit of a squiggle on the whiteboard. It's not perfect, but I've done it. Deal with it. But yeah, like I said, what we want to do today is give you a visual representation on what well-being looks like in someone's life. To do that, we're going to talk about domains. So within someone's life, every aspect of someone's life can be categorized into what we call domains. So to give you guys an example of what domains are, going around the circle, I'll list them all out. So at the top we have family. The space of family is a domain. Along with that, we have friends. Friends entirely by itself is a domain. Community is a domain. Spirituality is a domain. We have home or household. This is where you sleep. That's a domain in your life. Money, your finances. This is a domain in your life. Of course, if we were going back 1,000 years, we'd be talking about chickens because people were trading chickens. But in today's age, we're talking about money. So this is how much finances someone has. Health, your physical health. And then we have career. For you guys that are, studying, or for you younger people who may be watching, you'd replace work with study. But these domains, everyone's life can be categorized into these things here. This is what makes up someone's life. This is only a very basic diagram. On the outside of this, we can go a little bit deeper, a little bit more in depth. So there'd be an outer circle around this whole thing with, a bunch of other categories. And it just get deeper and deeper, get way more complicated. But what we're going to talk about is just these domains today. So this is what makes up someone's life. On the side here is where we have some strategies that we're going to talk about in a moment to do with these domains. So to give you guys an idea of what well-being looks like in someone's life. So with the domains that we have here, there are 8 domains. Someone that's doing well, someone that feels healthy, someone that's quite content, has a good life. They're doing well in 5 to 6 different areas of these domains. About 5 to 6, someone will be quite content, quite happy with where they're at, and so on and so on. But for a lot of people, and for the common person out there, we might only be doing okay in one domain. But let's talk about what makes a domain good. So, excuse my handwriting, excuse the diagram, but what makes a domain healthy is reciprocation and healthy transference. What I mean by healthy transference is that there is an even flow of good and bad. There's an even flow of positive and negative. And just to give you guys an example of what that might look like, let's talk about friends for a second. All right, so let's just say, for example, I have a friend, in the relationship, I call him a couple times. He doesn't answer always, but he does pick up the phone. And same thing again, he calls, I pick up the phone. 70% of the time that we talk, it's good. We have a good conversation. We hold space for each other. We have a 10-minute conversation. It's really well. Sometimes when I call him, he's in a shitty mood, and he's very short with me. But that we can align with a healthy transference of energy, healthy reciprocation, because there's good and bad coming on. He gives me something, I give him something every time we talk and so on. This can also be same thing again with work. When I go to work, obviously things aren't perfect, but when you go to work, you want to feel good, but you want to have bad days as well. This is a healthy transference within someone's domain. And as you can see here, this is you or me or whoever. So when pouring into these domains, we pour into the domain pour backs into us. So again, for an example, taken into work into consideration, I go to work, I have really good days, it's really meaningful, but there are also some hard days, but that's okay. That's what it is, and that's what we're looking for. That's what makes a domain healthy. But like I said to you guys, this is a visual representation of well-being in someone's life. So just to give you an example, let's talk about home and the household. So your home and household has to be a safe place. Everyone needs a safe place where they can turn off, where they can, go to sleep, they can kick their shoes off, relax, and it's a safe place to be. But let's be honest, life isn't like that, guys. life throws all sorts of curveballs. So let's just say in your household, let's just say you're in a share house. You live with like 3 other people. Oh, there's yelling, there's drug use, there's lots of things going on. So this causes you a lot of stress in the home environment, which is, it needs to be addressed. So you guys are going to have some aspects in your life throughout the whole domains where you're getting nothing but stress. There's no healthy transference, there's only stress. So we've got to identify where the stress is coming from. So just say, for example, like the house, if you're living in a share house, all your stress is coming from there, you can't relate, you can't turn off, it's not a safe space, well then you have to consider making the choice to move out and find a different place. And that's what it comes down to, guys. It's about choices. Unfortunately, choices are very hard to make, but that's what it comes down to. But at least this way, with the visual representation, you're going to know where the choices need to be made. All right, so, so share house here, but let's talk about family. So, all right, let's just say family. And family, by the way, is the most complicated, most complex domain that there is in someone's life. So it's very hard to talk about this, but just to say for an example, you have a family member, you guys aren't getting along, and they're a cause for stress. Sometimes this family member will be in your household. So the strategies that we kind of use for this, and really the only tools that we sort of have to address, the components within all these domains, comes down to these 5 things. So how we combat, when the domain is not looking so healthy, when we're getting, too much stress from one particular area, the 5 tools that we sort of have is attitude. We need a good attitude to overcome it. You have to have a good attitude if you're going to stand any chance of getting somewhere in your life. So having a good attitude is non-negotiable. Compensation. So compensation is a tool, and to give you guys a demonstration of what that is, let's just say your household is not very good. A lot of your stress comes from the house. Well, you need to be working more. Okay, so that's where we overcompensate into the other domain and work a ton more. And through that overcompensation, we can afford a new home and then fix this domain up here. I hope that makes sense, guys. If it doesn't, put a comment below, so we can, touch base on it. Distance. This is very important for families, or even friends as well. So if you have friends or family, they're taken more than they're given. There is no healthy transference. They're more stressful than they are beneficial to you, and there's no equality sort of happening there. Distance is the key. And that doesn't mean you don't love someone, because you can love someone, but you can also understand that, we're on a different level, different stages of our life. I love you, but, we're going to let it go for now, and we're going to come back to it. So that's what you do with family and friends, all right? That's the tool there, distance. Like I said, doesn't mean you don't love them. But, for the time being, you got to prioritize yourself and, put some distance between you guys. Next thing, knowledge. This is best demonstrated again with family and friends. Talking to your friend, like sometimes you might talk to someone and, they're not feeling very good. So they don't give you much. They're very short with you, things like this. That's okay. Through knowledge and through understanding of human behavior, we can make an allowance for that person. Okay, that person may be having a bad day. All right, I don't need to take it personal that he spoke to me or she spoke to me like this and this and this. That person had a bad day. That's okay. We'll come back to it. That's fine. So like knowledge on human behavior, emotions, things like this is going to empower you to have an understanding of what's actually truly happening within your domains. The next thing we got is language. You have to use good language always. I don't want to be hearing from you guys. If you say, this always happens to me, this bad thing always happens to me, that's unacceptable. As far as your well-being is concerned, that is unacceptable language. You cannot be saying this always happens to me. Again, it goes back to good attitude. Like if something bad happens to you, that's okay. I don't feel very good. I'm going to give myself an hour not to feel very good, but then we're going straight back to the good attitude. So I hope this video has been educational for you guys. I know you guys are very busy. I didn't want to, take too much time out, rambling, all this sort of stuff. So I hope this video has been educational for you. Please, if you guys do have any questions, if you did like this video, please comment, let me know, because, I'm human too. I need to know that, what I'm doing is helpful. But I hope this sort of sums it up to you guys. And I'm going to post a picture of this a bit more, just so you can have it on your phone or whatnot. But your whole life is categorized into these domains. And to summarize what we just spoke about, so your life can be categorized into family, friends, community, spirituality, home or household, money, health, career. Again, if you're studying, instead of work, it'd be study. So, hope that all makes sense, guys. Let me know what you think. I've done this for you guys, and I hope this gives you, like I said, a visual representation of what well-being looks like in someone's life. So I hope it's very helpful, guys. Like and follow, share, and let's nail it out together. So thank you so much. Have a good day, and see you on the next one.